Well, let's finish this off the perfect way with a headphone highlight. One of you is sure to remember and recognize these. Dun, dun, dun. Oh yes, very stylish. Oh, look at that logo. That looks familiar. These have such a stupid name. But these are, come on. Camera. There you go. The Audio-Technica ATH-WS1100s. It's a dumb name. For that reason, there is a reviewer that I enjoy watching who refers to these as the Robertos, and I go with that. I'm just going to call these things the Robertos. The Audio-Technica Robertos. Ryan owns a pair of these for my recommendation, and they are once again dynamic driver headphone. They are quite a bit heftier. Audio-Technica names their products like that, even mics. Yes, they do. Audio-Technica is freaking terrible with their naming conventions. Like, come on. But yeah, so weird name. We're gonna go ahead and directly compare these to the ones from last time, which were the M40Xs. They're a bit heftier, and that's because they got some metal construction in there, and oh boy, is this nice. This is one of, in my opinion, the prettiest and just like most beautifully engineered and machined headphones. Look at that. It's just got this nice purple hue to the machining of this metal here, and then right around the lip of the metal is this very kind of subtle yet elegant golden, like rose golden ring around there. If you could really zoom in there, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but it's got like, you could see the channels for the driver. Yeah, they're beautiful headphones, man. I think they're gorgeous. Yeah, they're very pretty. They are so pretty. Mine are a little dusty, but they're very, very pretty. Yeah, you got plastic components, no surprise there. But you do have some machine metal components. These are fully closed headphones, so you don't have to worry about any ambient noise getting interfering with your experience. The headband is once again pretty small and subtle. It does say Audio-Technica there on the top. I don't know if that's going to pick up very well. It's upside down. It's upside down. And there you go. Audio-Technica. So the headband is improved from the M40s. It still looks fairly thin, and not offering probably that much comfort, but if you can believe it, there's actually a little bit of foam up here, a little bit of comfort. Granted, it's not much, but it's a hell of a lot better than what the M40s had. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's soft. This material that's wrapped around here is obviously it's some sort of protein leather, but it feels really nice. It's smooth and soft, and the foam on the under end of the headphones very soft and comfortable. And then the big thing they changed is the pads. These are not third-party pads. These are the pads that these come with. I have not changed them because I haven't had the need to. They're very soft. They're not super duper thick, but they're plenty thick enough. They're very, very soft. They're not, you know, super dense memory foam or anything like that, but they're very soft. The material on here is, again, some sort of protein leather, but it's very soft. It's very plush. It's very good quality pads. Huge difference from what the M40s come out of the box. So big difference, and that helps a lot. What else? You'll notice that they do have that red cable that I tend to always use, which means they have the red cable, they use a simple 3.5mm audio jack, which is always a bonus for me. There you go. Simple audio jack, which means that you can also very easily turn this into a gaming headphone. Plug that V-Moda mic plug that V-Moda microphone up on there, your Boom Pro mic, you're good to go, man. Cloud comfort scale. So let's see, we gave the M40s, I think we gave them a 5, which I'll remind you, doesn't mean it's bad. 5 is still good. You have to be very, very low. You have to be like a 2 or a 3 for it to be bad comfort. So the 5s, I'm sorry, the M40Xs were a 5, so they were still good. They could have been a lot better, but they were still good. These are, I'm sure you're not surprised, quite a bit more comfortable. There's still a pretty good amount of clamp here. Probably not quite as much clamp as the M40s. But again, because the pads are so soft, it negates it a little bit. There's still the problem of having a bit of pressure like right here on your jawline. This is your jawline. Like, I don't know what you... Yeah, it's like where your jaw connects with like your skull, I guess. You get a little bit of pressure right there, but it's not significant. It's a heck of a lot better than the M40s. And because the clamp is so significant, they're not going to fall off your head. And that's exactly why Ryan wanted these. Does the audio cable lock in the ear cup? It's right there on the edge. So right there where the driver housing is, it just has a little boop right there. Pops in, bop, you're done. And that means, because I don't think that you saw this, Fern, but it means once again, going with the notion of, hey, don't buy frickin' gaming headphones. Don't do it. Just buy good headphones that can use good accessories. And then you can have your good headphone become a gaming headphone. Look at that. V-Moda Boom Pro mic. Excellent mic. With an excellent headphone. Better than pretty much any kind of gaming headphone you're going to be able to find. I can almost damn well guarantee it. It's great. So, the cloud comfort. Pads, significantly better. Easy to replace. Exactly. See, Fern knows what I'm talking about. He knows exactly what I was complaining about with the frickin' Bear Dynamics. Even though he's a Bear Dynamic fanboy. Maybe not anymore. I don't know. I might have changed your mind on that. Or maybe your experience with Bear Dynamic changed your mind on that. So yeah, really easy to replace, accessible cable. Pads are way better. Headband is quite a bit better. Adjustability is still really good. The clamp is still pretty forceful, but because the pads are so soft, it helps a lot. So I'm gonna say, I don't know if I could say that they're more comfortable than the Sennheisers. How do they compare to the premier manufacturer, Skullcandy? I mean, how can you compare them, James Hayes? How can you? Skullcandy is just on another tier, another stratosphere. You can't compare. You just can't. It's like comparing your Kraft mac and cheese with the Ratatouille from Ratatouille. Can you do it? Can you make that comparison? I mean, I like Kraft mac and cheese, if I'm being honest, but still. Are they more comfortable than the Sennheisers? That's really the question we have to ask ourselves. They're very close. I think the Sennheisers have the benefit of the pads being, well, the drivers themselves being much larger. So the pads are much larger and they're oval shaped, which is always a bonus. These are oval shaped, they're just not as big. But the clamp on the Sennheisers is notoriously pretty rough. You know, I'm gonna say, because we lowered the Sennheisers down to 6 clouds, I'm gonna match it and say these are also a 6 clouds. They are as comfortable in many areas as the Sennheisers. Where the Sennheisers are not comfortable, these are a bit more comfortable. Where this is not very comfortable, the Sennheisers are a bit more comfortable. But it's overall about the same comfort experience. For being stock, that should give them a bonus. Yeah, it does give them a bonus. For sure. So, build very, very well. They're very, very rugged. They're built quite a bit better than the M40s. They're a heck of a lot more comfortable. The sound is an interesting one. I wouldn't call these... I would not recommend these at all for sound mixing. They don't have the neutrality nor the analytical capability required for that. And I don't know if I would call them audiophile grade headphones, but kind of like with the modern retro, the monoprice modern retros, they're just a really great all-around headphone. They're particularly great for gaming. These are, I mean, like, do you even game, bro? Do you even game? Because, goddamn, these are killer for gaming. They have, yes, Ryan, these are the ones that you have. They're great for gaming. The imaging is superb. You can, you know, just like with the AKG7XXs, almost, I'm not gonna say perfect, but very, very precise imaging. You know where everything is. And this really kind of brings out the detail in the high end of things in particular. So you're really gonna pick up those little tiny micro steps of people walking around you. You're gonna hear that really, really clear with these. Probably even more so than you would with the 7XXs, the K7XXs. Ryan says, I like them. They don't fall off my head like the Philips do. Good clamp, yes. The way we talked about the clamp. They are kind of too hot for me right now. Yeah, that's fair. Obviously, you're in a much more dire situation where your AC broke, so your house is hot as hell. But they do get a little bit warm, just because they're so very well sealed. The passive sound isolation on these is really fantastic. But that means that your ear is getting trapped in there, and so is all that moisture and all that heat. And I mean, these themselves don't, you know, generate heat, but they don't breathe at all. So it can, after a little while, get pretty warm. I'm not sweating yet. I finished Mass Effect, and I haven't sweated yet out of these, but I could still feel that they're getting a little bit warm. Yeah, you can't hear your wife when you wear them. It's true. Yeah, Ryan, tell us, how do these operate under extreme heat conditions? They work well, but they get sweaty fast. Okay, good to know, Ryan. I got my AC working and a fan blowing on me, so I don't have quite the same experience that you do in that area. Anyway, these are particularly great with vocals. If we're going to go with music, these really bring out the vocal presence. So I would say that probably means that the mid-range is a little elevated, and you got a little bit of elevation in the treble and the high end. And again, the imaging on these is really great, but combined with the detail retrieval that you're getting in the high end, it makes them really, really great for competitive gaming, because you really you can hear everything around you, you know where everything is, and even like the smallest little tip taps of someone running around, you can hear them with this. So it's great for that. They do have a low end. Don't get me wrong. It's satisfying. It's punchy. It's just not where they excel is your vocals and your treble. That's where they really excel. Detail on the highs and your mid-range vocals. So, yeah, they're an amazing gaming headphone for sure. For listening to music, they're fine. I just wouldn't use them for anything analytical, and I wouldn't use them for anything for mixing. But yeah, they're great headphones, man. They're super. They're significantly, in terms of their build quality and the comfort and the structure, and they are better than the M40s. Excuse me. Better than the M40s in every way except sound. It's not that they're worse with the sound. They still can do a heck of a lot. They just don't have the same neutrality that the M40s have. Which, you know, if you don't want neutral, then you don't have to worry about that, because these are super fun. But yeah, they're really cool. I recommend them. If you need a close back gaming headphone, this is one of your best solutions. For sure. What's the treble with the high end? Well, treble is the high end, right? When I refer to the high end, I'm referring to the higher frequencies, which is where your treble range is. The general terminology is you got your mid-range, which is where like most things kind of are. You got your high end, which is your treble range and above, and you got your low end, which is your bass and sub bass and so forth. All about that bass, yeah. Most people are. Bass is fun. That explains why the squeaky crickets sound kills me during the voice situations. You're right. I can, you know what? Now that you've said that, that makes perfect sense. Mr. Lander, this was fun. I gotta go. We'll see you on the next stream. Thank you very much for stopping by, Escalda. Good seeing you, man. He was being punny, hence his face. Oh. I guess I should pick up on those little emote social cues by now, shouldn't I? I just gotta be so literal. I'm so sorry. The eye roll. Yeah, man. So, yeah, great headphones. I don't have really any complaints about them. Definitely recommend them. Close back gaming headphones. Boom. There you go. If you need a freaking microphone, get yourself these and the V-Moda Boom Pros. You got yourself a killer gaming headset. You don't have any complaints about them. Great. I mean, really, the only complaint that I can even think of for these, it doesn't bother me that much, and I don't think it bothers Ryan that much either. And both of us, I think Ryan, both of us have pretty large heads. The clamp force can be a little uncomfortable, but again, it gets pretty much negated by the softness of the pads, in my opinion. You skip the jokes and keep on instructing and teaching. Bravo. Well, I mean, thanks, I suppose, but I do want to pick up on the jokes. What are you trying to say? So, yeah, man. I know it's only been, what, hour 45 minutes? I know that Ryan suggested that maybe we start Mass Effect 2, but I think we're gonna wait. I know you want to do a Mass Effect 2 teaser, but I think I want to wait, because first of all, the intro to Mass Effect 2 takes a bit, if you remember. It's not like something I could just kind of start up, play for 15 minutes, and then we could stop. Oh, show you the main screen? I'll try. I will try. Here, let's go here for a sec. Just regular full frame.